I'll end the video by mentioning the fact that there was something that Minister Kofi OWUSU did that didn't really sit down well with me. He didn't appreciate the fact that mentioned that Jometo had been tremendous blessing to him from the days when he was a BV for the band. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to another episode of Review and Reaction of Christian Events. I'm your favorite Christian content creator, the Imabish, double E, double M, double S. I create content for fine boys and fine girls who love Jesus, Gen Zs, millennials, and everybody that loves nice things for Christian snowboard. We have fun on this channel, and if you're seeing me for your first time, kindly subscribe, like, and you're going to have fun on this place. I'm going to be talking about a recent event that happened over the weekend, and I decided not to talk about it, but I wanted to just try and deep it, try and soak it in. But I think I want to just share my experience in this video. So it was just, I think, on the 17th of August 2025, where Kofi OWUSU PEPRAH, the gifted Raves and Rams worshipper, gathered Christians all from all areas in Accra, Ghana, at the Cedar Mountains Chapel, Assemblies of God, East Legon, on the 7th of August 2025 at the service was supposed to start at 5 p.m. Now, for the fact that before the day, he had an interview on radio and talked about the fact that the event wasn't a concert, it's going to be a worship service, and true to his word, it was really a charged atmosphere, and that's why I couldn't, I just, for days after the events, I was just trying to understand. Hey, now I know that this man of God is anointed. I've been listening to his songs. I mean, my favorite still remains Machen. Big God is coming to replace it. Be like that. Yes, and Machen is Machen. Ready no man, papa. Ready to me, papa. Now you need papa. Now big God say, only you can do, undo, redo. Do. That song, if you don't do your mouth like you cannot sing it. Do. You understand? But see him for the first time on a live in a live service, he ministry like I said, hey, no.
God has not called us to be a public success and a private thing. Fear God. Fear God. Fear God. Fear God. Oh, instrumental is fear God. Oh, sing is fear God. Fear God, for the angels of the Lord encamp around them that fear him. For he said, but unto them that fear him, the Son of Righteousness will arise with healing in his wings. He said, them that fear him, they will lack nothing. I have a message for you tonight. Fear God. Fear God. Fear God. Have reverential fear for God. When nobody is watching, fear God. Don't be satisfied with the weaknesses nobody can see. Contend for your purity. Fear God. My message is done. If anybody in this room wants God to stir in him or her, the genuine fear for him, I want you to put your phones away. Give me 20 minutes. I will let you go. Just 20 minutes, I'll let you go. God has sent me on an assignment. Maybe next time. Oh, I feel so much glory. Oh, my. need the spirit of the fear of God. You need the spirit of knowledge and the fear of God, the spirit of wisdom and counsel. I see the Lord.
So I knew he was anointed. Like I'm saying, I've been listening to his songs. His songs have been blessing me every single time. My chain there is like constant. But seeing him on the stage live just took me off. And he said it was going to be a worship service, and indeed it was a worship service. Another thing he said was that he was going to start on time. And like I've said in my previous videos, nowadays the events, especially Christian events I've been attending, they are trying to be on time. But because I mean we are gone at the days, gone where the days. You understand where Charlie you'll be sitting there, but this man of God really started on time. The doors opened indeed at 4:30, and exactly 5 p.m. they started. And at the 5 p.m. the auditorium was half full or more than half full. And all the guest ministers that were supposed to be on the to minister were on stage. Um Harmonious Choral, the award-winning, gifted. Keeper's Music were there, Love Manasseh was there, Ruga Kwame was there, the Bole, the macho worshipper, he was there, he ministered powerfully. Nana Amwa, Adishi Mojebi, he's the one who has made that timeless song by Jane and Bennis to be like, I don't know how she put it. He has brought it back to life for us the Gen Zs, and it has been a blessing. He's as another anointed, energetic worshipper. another thing I want to mention is I noticed that there was no like some MC to be doing a lot of intro. Like I didn't even see at the time that it got to Kofi also press 10 because after everyone ministered, Harmonious Choral, Nanamo, everybody ministered. Minister Luigi ministered powerfully. He also was there. He did Minley because if he didn't do Minley, like we won't let him leave the stage. The highlight for me would always remain seeing the legendary gospel minister Cindy Thompson. Like I know that was one of the reasons why I attended the event. You understand? Like hey, when I saw her, I was shaking like this. I mean, I have a video on that. It will be maybe to come after this. So consider subscribing. You would like to see that one. Cindy Thompson, the legendary gospel minister from Ghana, which some of you know her from all her songs. Huh. I'm remembering how I felt when I saw it. I'm lost for words. I was lost for words. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll talk about that in the next video. But Mama Cindy Thompson also ministered. Powerfully. Seeing her, all those songs that sounded like it was recorded in the studio, she ministered them live. I was like, hey, she still got it after all these years, after over like 25 years, even like Cindy's Messiah, one of her second album is 25 years old. So that shows you how many years she has been in the ministry. But seeing her minister all those songs live after so many years was just the climax also was when Kofi Osu just the whole atmosphere charged up up until he left stage. And I can't share my experience, like I was stunned the whole time. Like I I was just like in awe of what was going on. The atmosphere was charged, not an exaggeration.
Go beyond the music. Go beyond the music. Talk to him. We told the people, this place is worship. This is worship. Tonight you didn't make the world to fulfill the life. You came to worship. You came to worship.
The video, the live stream, because it was a free event. I didn't mention that it was a free event. The live stream is still on Kofi also prepares YouTube channel, so you can check it out and also be blessed by it. You see, for a free event, I was a bit surprised about how they invested in equipment to make the thing, like to beef up the sound, to get LED lights, to get. It was free event. I think I'll end the video by mentioning the fact that there was something that Minister Kofi Usu did that didn't really sit down well with me. Yeah, I feel like he didn't appreciate the fact that the people of God, the people that God have given to him in his ministry, the people who love his ministry, they were going to show up. Because tell me why there didn't seem to be arrangements made for overflow. Hey, the assemblies of God is not the auditorium not small like that, but we managed to fill inside. They have a gallery, we fill there, and there's something like, would we call it a balcony or a corridor or something like that? There's a walkway before you come out of the auditorium. They fill that place, and still people were outside of the balcony. That's how that's the much the patronage that came through. But I feel like the man of God didn't anticipate. I don't know how many times he has had this kind of the Kofi Usu prepare live. But if he has had it for maybe 2 times or 3 times, he should know by now that we love your ministry, man of God. If you want to go to stadium, you better honor. We will come there. Yes, I'm so amazed of the level of how powerful the service was that it was for free. I just feel like the event was so powerful. There should have been tickets. They were so powerful. The auditorium should have been larger. Maybe those are the two things that really didn't. I was confused about. Man of God, we love your ministry. Oh. Please, next time, God willing, expand the auditorium for us. Maybe times three of that place, because an event that went a bit into the night. I mean, I think around 9 we're still around. We went about 10 p.m. or something like that. Not people were not working out like, oh, I'm late, I'll be late to go home, so I'm going. Oh. People stayed throughout to the end. I just came to share my experience, a little bit of all the things I noticed about this powerful worship service, and to encourage you that you like to be part of these things. So the fact that this man of God, I mean, I think I found out at the event that he has a diploma in music, and I was like, that's what now it's clear. Because you see, like, hey, the man of God will be singing that he'll be doing this to his musicians. If you are not a musician, you understand this. He'll just do that. Then he do that. He's so he understand the technicalities, the theories, the practicals. So before the anointing will come and add there, you understand, and that's the excellence that is required when it comes to when it comes to doing ministry like this. So I think all these things are the number of things that I really appreciated. A few things here and there, maybe I've missed. That. If you were at the event, let me know what you saw that I didn't talk about in the comment section. And if you weren't there, all you really missed. So just keep your eyes glued to this channel. Keep your eyes glued to Kofi Osho Press platforms. Whenever there's another event you like to be part to have this experience, don't take my word for it. Maybe the snippets to I've added inside this video could maybe convince you, but you would like to be there in person. So God bless you, Minister. Few also prepare. God bless the entire team that helped you. It took a lot from what I saw. It took a lot to put those things together, but you did it for the people of God. You did it for the kingdom. Another thing too is that mostly people who really do well in whatever they do, they are graceful people. They are people who appreciate whatever is done for them by God or by people. The man of God, Kofi Osupepra, gave appreciations one by one to everybody that he knows and remembers has been instrumental to his life and his ministry or whatever. He mentioned that Jometo had been tremendous blessing to him from the days when he was a BV for the band, the Jometo's band, coming all the way from Kumasi to come for results back to back. He believes all those things were seeds he sowed and has helped him get to where he is now. And also admonished the fact that admonished up and coming gospel ministers, gospel musicians to not be so much about what they can get, but what they can give and it to be a blessing. Like he took time to appreciate, and a number of gospel ministers really came around to not only support him but also be blessed by the powerful service that we had. Like that day, I saw a number of ministers like, hey, this man of God is here, this man of God is here, this man of God is here. Who wasn't there? You understand? I think the only person I didn't see was I was really hoping to see him Pastor Bernard Chumesi. I didn't see him. Whether he was there or not, if you were there and you saw him, please comment. I didn't see Pastor, and I was a bit like, oh, no, no, man, the man of God. I'm not surprised. I won't be surprised if most of the people came also were really hopeful to see him. So if he wasn't there, I really don't know what happened. But he was the only person I did see. But every man of God was there. Yes, this brings me to the end of my review and reaction to Christian events. I'm still your favorite Christian content creator. Follow on all the social platforms at underscore the Imabase. And I'll see you in my next episode. I hope you have subscribed though. Like and leave a comment, especially if you are at the event. What did you see that I didn't see? I'll see you in my next video. Peace. I'm out.